All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into this next story here. Jimmy Olsen goes solo. Eve is going to be pissed. She really is. DC Studios is developing DC Crime, a gritty spinoff of Superman Legacy starring Jimmy Olsen. The series will reportedly pit Olsen against Gorilla Grodd, blending street-level journalism with supervillain intrigue. Guys, let's talk about this. So DC Crime is supposed to be a spinoff with Jimmy Olsen, and Gorilla Grodd is coming into this. That's kind of a big deal because I've been kind of wanting to see Gorilla Grodd in this, in the series, and like how they handle Gorilla Grodd. But him being such a big Flash villain, you know, how do we feel about him being the main antagonist in this first? Because there's supposed to be a journey, kind of like every season of this. It's supposed to be different villains, and how do we feel about kind of Jimmy Olsen making his way around like journalism within Metropolis?
First off, we're talking DC Comics, not DCU, correct?
No, this is DCU.
Oh,
We're gonna get a Jimmy Olsen series.
So we're getting a Jimmy Olsen series called DC Crime, and supposedly the focus of each season is supposed to be a different villain. So if they're and the first villain that they're focusing on is Gorilla Grodd, which again a little bit different. You know, it's a villain for he's not a Metropolis villain. He is more of a Star City villain. But I mean, at the same time, it's going to be Gorilla Grodd and Jimmy Olsen doing journalism.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of into it if it's going to be
do journalism.
I'm kind of into it if it's going to be a series and a little bit more serious, you know? I'm into it. Like this, I'd like to see what happens. And I don't have a problem with people swapping their rogues gallery or their typical villains, that sort of thing. So, plus, you never know. It could be Jimmy going on assignment somewhere and doing something like that. So maybe that's a good way to write out Superman. So he's not in Metropolis. So there is no Superman that he's, you know, on the phone with every other, you know, minute, that sort of thing. So right. I'm okay with this. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, and it's what's really interesting is like I was listening to somebody on Geek Freaks talk about this. It may not have been on the main show. It may have been on a TikTok, but they were talking about, you know, it'd be really cool is if at the end of the season they take Gorilla Grodd and they put him in some kind of on some kind of prison world, hanging out with Peacemaker, and every season, right? Every season of this show, there's a new villain that gets introduced, and they all end up going into this, I don't know, this prison world, and maybe there needs to be some kind of salvation. I wanted it Thomas, and it had me laughing like really hard. But I mean, like it was. I like the idea of that. That's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah, I do like that idea as well, because one thing with this whole Salvation Run arc that they're pushing forward with, we got to be introduced to the villains. Right. And if they're going to be, you know, kind of bigger villains instead of just like these kind of street hoodlums that are getting sent off to another world, like we need to find a way to like introduce them as a threat that Argus has to come in and say, you know what? No, you literally cannot be in our jails, our prisons, and you can't be on the streets. You can't even be on our world. Boom.
I was gonna say, given we're gonna get Grodd in this, and then next year they've already wrapped. I think they said they started filming Clayface, and Clayface would be another villain you can send to this world.
Yeah,
Again,
that's true. I was thinking actually twofold. I like the Salvation Run idea. I think that's amazing. I think it's also going to bring other superheroes in. Mm-hmm. Like, because Gorilla Grodd is Flash, right? So It's going to be one of those. Jimmy starts a story. He's following leads. A lead, you know, leads him to Central City or Star City. No, Star City's Arrow.
It's Central City.
Central City is Flash. So then he's led to Central City, and then he, you know, he follows that lead. So we might get a, hey, have you heard about this red blur guy? And then we start hearing about the Flash, like the Flash is there. And so it could be that kind of thing where it's just like he's in Flash's city and everybody's talking about the Flash. We don't see the Flash, but everybody's talking about the Flash. It could be that kind of vehicle as well. So yeah, they do put him in Salvation, or they tried to put him in Salvation, and that's why he was in Metropolis. He escapes from wherever they are and they have to recapture him. So Jimmy's trying to get the story while Argus is trying to get him. So you've got both of those. And then you've got like I think Frank Grillo might show up a couple of episodes. You might get, Eve will probably be there because she's obsessed with Jimmy. But like there could be other people. We could get a Green Lantern, we could get a Hawk Girl, we could get Maxwell Lord, there could be a lot of different people that could show up in different episodes. And since it's going to be kind of anthology like with different villains each season, I think that that's a really good way to also introduce upcoming heroes too. So where you're marrying both of them. And I think that's great. I think it's awesome. I love it.
It's kind of cool because like you're doing like the crime grind, right? It's you're following these criminals through the eyes of Jimmy Olsen, following them trying to get a story. So it's kind of a cool thing. And again, you can do a whole bunch of seasons of that in between the show and not have to worry about staying in continuity with anything, because you're just following that villain in that time period. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And also like that, it also Cat Grant could be on it. Like that you could have a lot of the like Daily Planet people that he goes to and talks to you about it. So there's a lot of things that open it up and other things. Okay,
that's a good point. Yeah, coming from a news point of view would be kind of interesting. I kind of like this. So apparently it doesn't have a premiere date yet.
No, they just announced it, so it's still it's still like brand new. This I'm sure he was waiting on someone to give him a script before he announced it, and that's where he's like announcing it now.
Interesting. Well, I think from what I'm reading on Variety is that it may be premiering in 2026. So this could be a long-term plan that James Gunn and Peter Safran had. So interesting.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
All right, well, let's go ahead and move on. So, guys, let's think Coraline, but with Gotham vibes. DC's dropped the first footage from Dynamic Duo, a stylized animated hybrid film that centers on Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, the first two Robins under Batman. The project promises a visually inventive take on Gotham, blending action, emotion, and sibling-like tension between the two young vigilantes. So, guys, Dynamic Duo is going to be Dick Grayson, Jason Todd. Apparently they're doing some new type of animation, which is kind of cool. I haven't seen the footage on there. Have you guys seen this footage yet?
I have.
Okay.
Do you want me to explain it?
Please.
Okay. So it's the reason Coraline is because it's got that kind of like almost puppetry looking, like where the stop motion, they're using stop motion. They used Iron Giant as one of the inspiration movies, like how they did Iron Giant for some of the animation. It's actually all three. It's live action, stop motion, and animation. So it's going to be really cool. I saw some of the behind the scenes stuff with it and like test shots that they were doing of different things, but like they actually have almost an animatronic. It's better than like the Disney animatronics. Okay, let's just say that. Okay. But where it's an actual thing that moves its head and everything, and you could see it and touch it and everything. It looks so cool.
That's interesting. Like that as
so
a
cool.
Concept, that's interesting. And I know they're talking about kind of the tone and the way that they are like they're saying they're drawing a lot of inspiration from Spider-Verse from the reports that I'm reading on here, and then it's going to be focusing a lot on the action dynamic, on the emotion, just kind of blending different genres together. How do you guys feel about kind of that type of storytelling?
Yeah, I like it.
I think
I was gonna say that this whole Spider Verse is kind of taking over how storytelling should be for like animated movies like this. Like this, I think it's 24 frames per second
Right.
that they're doing it in. I think what else is like, oh, K-pop Demon Hunters is like that as well. You know, so I think that stylized version is going to take off.
Yeah, it's definitely taking over as far as the way that the animation is going. And it's funny because that was the 100% the reason that Sony sold K-pop Demon Hunters, was because they were like, this animation is not going to do well, and now it's just taken over everything. So
yeah, I kind of think it's interesting. I love when different that I don't know. I'm such a fan of the art of movie making and storytelling and uh just all like animation and different things like that. And I'm just like, I think it's going to be so fun. And to have it be Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. So you've got the good son and the bad seed, and they're going to be going through adventures in Gotham in weird animation styles. It is going to blow our minds. It's going to blow our minds. I just think that's what it's. I think it's going to be amazing. So
there's a level of comedy in that just, it makes me more excited for it, because there's a level of storytelling that you can do with stuff like that you can't do in live action.
absolutely, and just those two together, they're so diametrically opposed
They really
in
are.
most things. Ugh, and to
I
have
love,
that in an animation. Oh,
I love their dynamic with each other anytime that I see them in any other property. For all the issues that Gotham Knights had, the game Gotham Knights had, the one thing that they did have right was the dynamic between Jason and Dick, because
oh yeah.
there's like a whole scene where they're sitting on top of a roof and they're just kind of reminiscing on things, but they're just like they're like brothers that don't get along, right? Because like Jason tries to
Yeah,
climb
yeah.
off the roof, and he's like, "The hell are you doing, man?" He goes, "I'm just checking your reflexes." So yeah, it's fun stuff. So I mean, speaking of fun things within the Bat world and everything that's going on with Batman and whatnot, uh, did the Tick become Batman? I'm asking for a friend right now. You know,
Are you asking for Arthur?
I'm asking for Arthur. That's right. I'm asking for Arthur. Is he now Batman? Is that what it is? The upcoming animated series Bat Fam has released its opening sequence showcasing a vibrant comedic take on Gotham's vigilante family. The tone blends slice of life humor with superhero antics. We were just talking about kind of like a level of storytelling and comedy within Dynamic Duo. This is an entirely different level on another side, right? Because it's nothing but comedy, and it's even a different type of comedy from the stuff we've gotten in Gotham already, which is with the Harley Quinn show and Kite Man. Hell yeah, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They apparently there's a lot of like fourth wall breaking. Still trying to figure out who it is, but a lot of people think it's Alfred. And they're like focusing on a lot of the Bat Fam. So how do you guys feel about this? About just kind of like the chaos that this type of show would bring?
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
Because
Go for
I'm
it.
looking at the artwork and I don't know what's going on. Who are these people? Is that like young Lino in the bottom left-hand corner from Thundercats? I don't understand. Who's
That's
everybody
Ace,
in this
the Bat
picture?
Hound.
Oh my goodness.
You
It's
got
crazy.
Ace the Bat Hound. I think that's Streaky. The redhead's got to be Batgirl, right? I know that the kid hanging off the back. Bring up the
Damien.
photo again.
That's Damien. That's got to be Damien.
It is. He's playing. He's not Robin though. What did they call him? mini bat or something. It was like little bat or something like that. It was like some absurd thing.
You guys know
But
he has
yeah,
a cool beard, and I mean again, you have a creepy, weird Ross Al Ghul pointing at Damien. For some reason, I want to say that's Carrie Kelly.
That might be Carrie Kelly.
Yeah,
that might be. It's just so funny, and I just feel like there's just so much going on. I agree with James. There's so much going on.
oh, that's
But
Man Bat. Oh my God, that weird thing in the bottom right, that's Man Bat.
oh,
That
that's
makes
Man
sense.
Bat. Oh, I'm like, it's Ace the Madhound.
Yeah, you know
Oh,
how
yeah.
I know that's Man
Selena
Bat?
the
Look at his fingers.
cat.
Look at his fingers. He's got like wings on his fingers.
Yeah,
Oh,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
Oh, he's sitting in the car.
Yeah,
I thought he was just like photobombing it. Oh, he's sitting in the car. Okay, never mind. Go about your business.
yeah.
So-
Oh my God.
Oh,
And
so we
looking
got-
at the way he looks, he's like 1,000 times more good. This is. And why does Bruce have a full beard? What the hell is going on here? Her name?
Right. Well, no. So I really think that this is going to be hilarious. It's totally giving like Powerpuff Girls vibes to me, and
Yeah.
like where all of the Harley ideas go when they can't put them on the show.
Oh
I
my
just
God.
feel like that's what's going
The
on.
animation is
But
kind of like Adult Swim creepy.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
This is something that would be a Adult Swim. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that Matt's in the chat right now saying Ross. So Ross Al Ghul is in the green. It is Man Bat, Alfred, and his niece. It is Selena.
Oh, okay.
Right. It is Selena the cat. And then the girl in the bottom left, that's Claire. It's Volcana.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Interesting.
Volcana. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I just think it's gonna be fun. I would much rather like if they're gonna do something bad, like because this is Amazon, so they've already got Cape Crusader, which is not funny at all. I mean, it is,
But it's a more serious
but
take. Yeah.
it's not. And now that I've watched second season of Gen V, I'm like, oh, Hamish Linkletter, little Batman. So so I love that. So I can't wait to see this because I'm like, I mean, come on.
I guess
Come
I'm
on.
gonna.
And
I guess
don't
I'm gonna have to
see
go watch.
Joker at all.
I guess I'm gonna have to go watch Merry Little Batman now, just to figure out what's happening in this picture. All right. Okay.
I'm not
And
gonna.
I think this is out now, right? Bat Fam?
Yeah, it
Okay.
just. I want to say the 7th. Was it the 7th that it
Something
premiered?
like that,
It
yeah.
premiered just recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to go check this out, and I will have to report back on it.
It's weird how DC and Warner Brothers and HBO, all the crazy stuff, all the weird stuff, they give to Amazon. They're like, yeah, I don't know about this. Maybe they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Because it's not like DCU. You know, like, hey, we still want to do fun, crazy things. Who wants it? And Prime's like, hey, look at me.
We'll
I'll take your content. We like money. Bring it over here.
It looks interesting, man. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm into it.
So, with that being said, Jen knows that I'm probably gonna be excited right here. Right? No Bat Allen, but maybe a role that gets kind of messy. Alan Richard is confirmed. He's in discussions with DC Studios for a new role described as messier than his previous superhero portrayals. Fans speculate it could be Wildcat, Hawkman, or a morally gray anti-hero. So, guys, the question I really got to ask you is, when he says messier, right? It means he's going to be messier than Hawk, because Hawk was pretty messy in Titans. And he's
He
been
really
speculating.
was.
He kind of was, and he's been speculating already on social media that it could be a villain. He's kind of like not leading to who it is, but saying that it could be a wild character or a messy character. Who do we think he's going to play?
Frey, what are you thinking?
So I have said that I would like him to be Azrael. That way he can stay in the Bat family, but he's also insane. So, and I guess they call him Saint Batman now, which I've never been a fan of, but whatever.
No.
I like that. I also think he'd be really good as Wildcat, but I want to say Wildcat's kind of short.
Wildcat typically is short. But I mean, it's not like they
Yeah,
didn't do that with Wolverine, right? Wolverine is supposed to be 5'3", and they had a guy that's 6'1" play him. So I mean,
yeah. So I was like, if he's not Wildcat, I could see Hawkman. I think he'd be a really good Hawkman.
yeah.
Some people were saying Lobo. I did not even put that in here because Jason Momoa is Lobo.
How
I don't
dare
know
you?
why people don't remember that.
We've already
He's
seen him
in
on
the
set.
Yeah, he's in the Supergirl movie, y'all.
Yeah,
Jason Momoa is Lobo.
Somebody literally leaked photos from set that were not AI. They were confirmed. They leaked footage from set of Supergirl and Lobo fighting together against some guys. And you see Momoa in the suit, and it's like, oh yeah, no, he perfectly fits Lobo. And I mean, we all knew he fit Lobo, right? So I mean, like, he's Lobo. There's nothing there. Alan Ritchson, messier. Hawkman,
Okay.
not
I think
but I would like him as Hawkman.
Hawkman would be good. I think maybe even King Faraday, since they've
yeah.
established checkmate, he could be King Faraday. But whatever. All right, so James,
before I let James jump in here, I said this before. Maxie Zeus. What character is more messy than Maxie Zeus?
Oh, that's true.
What names are you saying? Oh my!
Maxie Zeus is a Batman villain. He's a dude that's got psychosis and thinks that he's the living embodiment of Zeus.
Right.
Okay, we're deep.
I smell a Percy Jackson crossover.
we are deep in it. Hey, speaking, he said messy. You know what's messy? Clay. Clay is very messy.
Oh my God! What if he was Clayface?
Look at
another Clay, like another version.
Mind blown.
Basil Carlo.
Maybe he's the Clayface.
If he, well, because they've already cast Clayface, but I'm saying, like, if he came as a different version of Clayface and he was Basil Carlo, he would have. Oh, so the version of Clayface that is in both Cape Crusader and the Harley Quinn show, those are both supposed to be Basil Carlo.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want, like, if you were like some scrawny dude and then you got the ability to change your body, wouldn't you want to look like Alan Ritchson? What if he's like Alan Ritchson? You know, he's Clayface after, he gets whatever Clayface powers.
I want to see at this point now. I want Alan Ritchson to play Alan Tudyk's version of Clayface.
Yeah. They're gonna start him. It's gonna be like Chris Evans at the beginning of Captain America, First Avenger. He's all scrawny and little, and then he gets the powers, and all of a sudden he's like, "No, I'm gonna be Alan Ritchson. I'm gonna be Reacher."
The scrawny little one is Alan Tudyk.
Exactly.
And then he turns.
Oh man, I like that Jeff said Batmite. He should just be Batmite. Again, that is a very messy character.
That'd be the craziest Batmite.
Mr. Mixaplex.
Oh my God, no, he can't be Mr. Mixaplex. I like him. I think we need a better comedian to be Mr. Mixaplex.
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk is gonna
Kate
play
McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon as Mr. Mixaplex would be.
Right, that'd be good.
That'd be so good.
No, I was gonna say. Remember, I was talking about him being Orion. Orion is super uber messy.
Yeah.
But see, both me and you came up with that a while back when we're saying, like, he should be Orion. He would be a good fit as Orion. I've heard a couple people say, no, he can't be Orion. He's too big for Orion. But it's like, no, Orion's not a small guy. He's not tiny.
Are they thinking of like Mr. Miracle? They're probably thinking of Mr. Miracle.
Maybe.
Because he's a tiny guy.
Because what's okay, Orion needs to be big enough that he can fight Caliban. And Caliban needs to be a big guy. Yeah,
you could get Dave Bautista as Caliban and him as Orion.
Orion. That would
Look
be
at this casting
that
we're
would
doing
be
right now. That's
great.
amazing.
Okay, but yeah, we need to stop casting everything because we're gonna be so disappointed if that's not it.
I know, right? Mr. Mixelplick is Neil Patrick Harris is Mr. Mixelplick. I love that.
That was pretty good. Damn,
Yeah.
that's good.
Oh, that is good.
Neil
Yeah.
Patrick Harris would be perfect. He did a really good Deadpool. All right,
We got to do one of those like AI YouTube videos where it's like this person is this person is that. We're like, oh, look at that.
No,
I like it.
no AI. No.
Come on, I kind of want an AI for this one. Come on.
No, Sora.
for
No,
fake stuff like that.
Sora.
For fake stuff like that, as long as we make sure everybody knows, as long as we make sure people know that it's AI, we label
Sora,
it.
no soaring.
Yeah, Sora, no soaring. Like not that we're putting it out there trying to like fool people and be like, look what's happening. Like, nope, this is AI, 100% AI.
Yeah,
That's fine.
we are not trying to sell you anything. This is computer generated, baby.
It's 100% for fun. All right, guys, let's move into this last story on watching the Watchtower. I'm conflicted on this, but let's talk about this. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. I can think of no reason. Okay, I was going to finish the line, but no. HBO is developing a V for Vendetta series with James Gunn attached as producer. The project aims to expand the world of the original film and graphic novel, possibly exploring new characters and timelines. So, off the bat, again, I'm a little conflicted with this, mainly because I don't know that we need another V for Vendetta. I feel like the movie was very, very close to what the comic book was. I also feel like Alan Moore is just gonna like blow it up and say, no, this is not necessary. I didn't even want you guys to do the first version of the movie because famously Alan Moore doesn't like any adaptations of his work. But it's going to be interesting to see what stories they tell within that universe, if they do tell other stories within that universe. I guess the only thing that I would be interested in seeing is the rise of fascism in the UK and what gave rise to ceding power to the dictator. I would like to see the disease that they create that causes everything to happen. And kind of like leading into that, I wouldn't want the story retold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to see kind of like what causes fascism to rise in the UK. There's a lot of like references and stories in the book.
Yeah.
You know, I invented fascism.
I knew that was coming.
You had to ask. Fascism, it's good. I tell you. I invented it myself. I said, good God, I made fascism.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
The best.
It's huge. It's huge.
I have the best fascism.
I'll put it in Britain, I said, who needs it in the US? They got me. What about Britain? Give it to Britain. Anyway, what if I tell you that Peter Jackson is attached to write this series?
That would be kind of
HBO.
dope. That would be kind of dope. Also, the other thing is every outlet is saying James Gunn is redoing V for Vendetta. No, he's a producer on it because he is the head of DC Studios. He actually has nothing to do with the actual story aside from approving it. So, again, everybody keeps saying like James Gunn. No, he's an executive producer, and it's because it's part of DC. He's not actually a part of what they're doing with this. Jen, please go.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have several questions actually, but the first one is it going to be part of their Elseworlds?
It has to be. It would have to be because V for Vendetta was a Vertigo book. It wasn't even a part of that universe.
Right.
Yeah.
So then if we go with that logic, yes, it's going to be part of their Elseworlds.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that we might get like Transmetropolitan?
That would be
like if that does well, are we going to get Transmetropolitan? Is there going to be like some sort of crossover maybe. But I just think that I loved the story. I loved V for Vendetta in the like as the comics. And I loved the movie. So when I first saw this, I was like, we don't need to reboot this. It was really great. Natalie Portman shaved her head. Come on,
She really
shaved her head.
they did a lot for that
Yeah.
movie, and it was so well done. Again, I don't want V for Vendetta rehashed. I would like to see other stories in that universe. I would like to see
Right.
and the rise of what caused V to have to you know, impersonate Guy Fawkes and have to be a vigilante within a fascist dictatorship. That's the kind of thing that I want to see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's where I'm like, because at first I was like, oh, they're just gonna redo it. But they're not. Like they want to do original stories or go with a young. I hear that like there's a younger version of V that they want to do, like how he got into all of this and all of that, and kind of see what started it. Like, how did he pick the gun gun gunpowder plot, because that's what it is, and it's Guy Fawkes, and there's actually Guy Fawkes Day, which was the 5th of November, um and they actually re-released the V for Vendetta, the 20th anniversary of that, on the 1st and the 5th of November to celebrate Guy Fawkes Day. And yeah, so I think that I'm more interested in, yes, what you were saying, what activated V.
Right.
Like, what was it that activated V and led him to this? And like, we go up to the very point of when the movie's going to start. I would love that. Almost like an Andor type thing. Andor was very successful for Star Wars. I don't see why V for Vendetta couldn't be something like that, where we're getting that story of how V became V.
Right.
And it leads up to that point where V walks out the door and he meets Natalie Portman's character. And then that's what happens.
That's a good comparison, comparing it to Andor. That's awesome.